Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to my channel. For more fun, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the little bell to get notified when I post new videos. Today's What's for Lunch is sealed hot dog sandwiches, a retro recipe from the 70s. You're going to need a cup of cheddar cheese, 2 teaspoons mustard, 3 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 or 3 tablespoons of relish, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and 6 hot dogs. Make sure you stay tuned for our trip to Decorah, Iowa. These are called sealed hot dog sandwiches, and they're my dad's favorite. And Mom would make them while we were growing up, and they were a favorite of us kids then too. And now my kids really enjoy them. Michael, my fiance, doesn't care for them, and so usually I don't get to make these very often. I'll make them when he's having his liver and onions or something that I'm not too fond of. But these bring back a lot of memories for me because my father farmed and he was out in the fields a lot, especially during harvesting. I remember a lot. My mom would take out food to all the guys working in the fields, and so we'd have to make sometimes a few meals a day or snacks at least for Dad's hired help. And these sandwiches would get taken out once in a while because they're really easy to make, and you can make a lot of them at once, and it's something warm to eat, but it's not real heavy, so it makes a perfect lunch. So yeah, it just brings back lots of good memories since we would go out and take these to Dad when he was farming, and a lot of times we'd get to ride around in the tractor or the combine or whatever was out that day, and just had a good time. So as you can see here, I'm chopping up 2 hard-boiled eggs. I like to cut them just in small pieces. You're going to want to be dicing these and the hot dog pieces about the same size so they heat evenly. After you get the eggs all chopped up, you're going to take your 6 hot dogs and start dicing them up in small pieces too. And how I like to do this is I like to cut my hot dog in half the long way, give it 1 turn to the side, and cut it the long way again. And that gives you 4 little pieces every time you make a little cut then in the hot dog, and it makes them about the right size that way. So I like to use Oscar Mayer hot dogs if I can. I don't handle pork very well, so it does not like my gout, and so I'll get the beef hot dogs quite a bit from Oscar Mayer. But you can use any of your favorite hot dogs. They probably work better with hot dogs that don't have a thicker skin on them or any kind of a casing. You can see how I'm trying to keep the pieces as uniform as possible. So now we've got all 6 hot dogs cut up. We're going to add about a half cup to a cup of cheddar cheese, and then just some basic yellow mustard. I like to shake it first so that watery substance doesn't come out when you're squeezing it into your prepared food. But usually a teaspoon or 2 of mustard's enough. And then on the ketchup, you're going to want to add 3 to 4 tablespoons. It depends. This is kind of going to bind everything together, so it kind of depends how saucy you like your burger or your sandwich in this case. And And then we really like relish, so I'll probably put in a couple of big spoonfuls of relish and maybe even add some more later. And then I just stir it all up. You're going to want everything melted together when it comes out of the oven. So you just want to make sure you get the cheese around evenly so it can kind of melt into the other ingredients. As you can see, it looked a little bit dry yet to me, so I'm going to add a little more ketchup here and then a little more relish just to give it a little more substance and, you know, so it can stick together when we go put it on our buns. So we're getting it all stirred together nicely now. So next what you're going to want to do is you're going to get out, usually it makes 6 to 8 sandwiches. You can make them on hot dog buns or hamburger buns. So I usually just kind of use whatever I have, and it works great for like day-old bread because you're going to be putting it in the oven anyway. So it's going to get toasted. This is also a good time to set your oven at 350. So what you're going to do is you're going to get out your hamburger or hot dog buns and open them up, and then you're just going to put nice heaping couple of tablespoons on each one so that there's a good amount of meat and everything on each bun. And then you're going to wrap it up. I just kind of usually bring it all up on 4 sides. And then you're going to put that aside and you're going to do each of the other 6 to 8. Now, if you don't want to make that many at once, you don't have to. And for instance, I was making these just for myself for lunch, so I fixed 2. And then you just leave they don't heat very good. They don't reheat very good in the bun. But if you leave the mixture in the fridge, it's fine then if you want to make some other ones and heat them later on. But it'll make 6 to 8. You're going to put them in that 350 oven, and it usually takes 10 to 15 minutes. You'll want to check them after about 10 and see if the cheese is melting yet. So once you open them up, you're going to want them to look like this, where the cheese is melting and everything's kind of all ooey gooey all together. So that's how we make sealed hot dog sandwiches. Keep watching to see photos from our trip to Decorah, Iowa, the fish hatchery, and the Seed Savers Exchange. Is that the fish hatchery?